Hey guys, welcome to Homework Help for Year 5, Term 4, Week 4. On page 7, we got volumes. Question 1 says, find the volume of the following solid. So all I'm going to do is find the volume of each piece, so this top piece, and then I'll find the volume of the bottom piece and add it together. Now to find the volume of the top piece, I'm going to find the cross-section area. So this will be the cross-section area here, the front face. Usually it's the front face, but not always. So we're going to find the area of this triangle, and then we're going to multiply it by the length, the width, sorry, of the shape, and you get the volume. So volume is equal to the cross-section area times it by the width, which is 6. Now the cross-section area is the area of this triangle here. Now the area of this triangle is, let's have a look at the numbers. We got 4 by how long this part is. This is 6. So this one is 4 times 6 divided by 2 because it's a triangle. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. So this whole thing is 12. So now the volume, so that means the volume is equal to 12 times 6. 6 times 12 is 72. In this case it's foot cube volume. Okay, that's just the top piece. Now to find the bottom piece. Bottom piece is easy. It's a rectangular prism. So to find the rectangular prism, we just have to do length times width times height. So that's just 4 times 6 times 12. So the volume of the rectangular, I'm just gonna draw a picture. Volume of this rectangular prism is equal to 4 times 6 times 12. That will be 4 times 6 is 24. 24 times 12. So let's just do a quick 24 times 12 here. Now, whoops, what am I doing? 12 times 24. Okay, 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, magical 0, and 24. So you got 8, you got 8, and you got 2. So the answer is here is 288 for the bottom one. Let me just check my working out. That's 8, that's 2. Yep, okay, all good. So now to find the volume of this shape, we just have to add the volume of this top part plus the bottom part. So you're going to get 72 plus with 288, and that gives us, this will be another 8, to be 6, and this will be 360 foot cube. And there's your answer. Okay, next one. We're going to find the cross-section area, which is this front face here. You can imagine this, if I get a bunch of shape like the front face and just stack it, you know, like this, stack it against each other, I can form this shape once I stack it this way. So this is why this is called the cross-section area, because it's the area that we can stack, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's find the area of this, which is, it looks to me like we have, this is 13, which means this must be 13, and this is also given to us as 13, so this is a square. So we can find the area of this square, which is 13 times 13, which is 169 inches cube. Let's just ignore the inches for now. Now to find the area of this triangle, whoops, so let's get rid of that. To find the area of this triangle, I need to find the base and the height. The height is 13, I can see it from here because this is also 13. Now the base, what does that give us? Let me think. This is 13. I think this 9 refers to this base here, so that's 9. So the base, this triangle, the area of this triangle would be 9 times 13 and then divided by 2. Now 9 times 12 is 108. 9 times 13 must be 117. And then you divide it by 2. So 117 divided by 2, let's see what that is. 11 divided by 2 would be 5. 2 times 5 is 10. take away, we get a 1. Bring down the 7. 17 divided by 2 would be an 8. 2 times 8 is 16. And you have a remainder of 1. So that means when you take this top number divided by this bottom number, when we go from, this is improper fraction, we're going to go to mixed numerals, you're going to get 58 and remainder 1 on 2. So that's means 58.5. Alright, so now we have the cross-section area. Actually, that's the area of the triangle. The cross-section area is a combination of the square, the area of the square, plus the area of the triangle. The area of the square is this much, so the area of the square is 169, and the area of the triangle is 58.5. The total area, let me just get rid of this for 1 second. The total area of these two would be, this would be 5, 9 plus 8 is 17, carry the 1, 7 plus 5, 7 plus 5 is 12, carry the 1, 2. So the total cross-section area is going to be 227.5, but that's just the cross-section area. You got to find the volume. So the volume is the cross-section area multiplied by how long we're stacking it in this direction. And we're stacking it 30 inches. So we're going to multiply this number. This will be a 227. Okay, multiply this by 30. Okay. Okay, so 3. So let's just. Okay, so it's. First one's just 0. Okay. And the next one is a magical 0 here. Then we say 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 7, 21, plus 1 is 22. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And 3 times 2 is 6. Add that together, you get 68250. And because we have one decimal place here, we're going to have one decimal place here. So their decimal place should be there. So really the answer is, whoops. The answer should be 6825, what is this in inches? Inches cube. And that's the volume. Alright, now the next one is you're going to have to find the volume of each piece. Volume of that, and volume of that. Now, what makes it easy is that this one and this volume is the same. Because they have the same length, the same width, which is 3, sorry, and the same height, which is 3. So, let's just find the volume of this first piece. Okay, so the volume of this piece will be, it will be 4 times 3 times 3. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 3 is 36. Yep, 36. That's the volume of that piece. Now the volume of this second piece is the same, so that should also be 36. So together, if you add these two together, you're going to get 72. 36 plus 36, 72. Now we're going to find the volume of this middle piece. So let's find its dimensions. It looks to me like we have this number 2. This thing here is 1. It tells us here. It points at it. It says 1. This is also 1. And it looks like this 2 refers to this length here. Alright. So this piece, the volume of this piece is 1 times 1 times 2, which is just 2. So together we have 72 plus with the last piece in the middle, plus of that, so you get 74. Foot cube. There's the volume. Alright. I accidentally gave out the answers. Let's not try and have that happen again. Next question, page 8. Eleanor wants to paint her jewelry box blue. The jewelry box is in the shape of a cube. So here's your cube. And it has an edge of 4 inches. Okay, so each part here, each edge is 4 inches. How much blue paint will Eleanor need? So if it says how much blue paint that means you need to find, because the paint only covers the outside, right? It's not looking for volume, because volume deals with how much space is filled up inside as well. So if you're only talking about the outside, that means you're looking for the surface area. So the question is, what is the surface area of this cube with each side 4 inches? So surface area, we find the area of one surface. This is 4 by 4, it's a square. So the area of this is 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. That's one face. Now all of the other faces are also 16. There's 16 here, 16 here, and we've got 6 faces. So 6 times 16, and you get the answer in inches squared. Okay, so multiply that, and you get the surface area. Alright, next one. Nicholas has a pepper shaker in the shape of a cube, another cube. It has sides of 6, is that 6? 6 millimeters. So, okay, so this one has 6 millimeters. All the sides are 6 millimeters. Says how much pepper will fit in the shaker. Now it says fit in the shaker, which means we're looking for the volume. So asking you to find the volume of this cube. Now volume is equal to the side times side times side. You can work that out on your own. Question 3. Ronaldo builds a pool in his backyard. The pool measures 50 long, 20 wide, so 50 long. This is 50 meters long, 20 meters wide, and 9 meters deep. It's a pretty deep pool. Alright, so 9 meters deep. Let's move that up a little bit. Alright, now it says how much water will fit in the pool. So if you want to find how much water, well, we got to find the volume of this pool first, and then change it to liters. Okay, it's not the best drawing, but you get the point. This should be 20. And this should be 9. So the volume is equal to length times width times height for the rectangular prism, because that's what it is. And that's equal to 50 times 20 times 9. 50 times 2 times 5 is 10 with 2 zeros. 1, 2. So put 2 zeros there. Times it by 9. That's 9 with 3 zeros there. And so we have 9. Now what was that? Meters cube. Now we've got to convert this into liters. How does that work? Well, we know that 1 meter cube is equal to, let me think, 1 million centimeters cube. But and that's equal to 1 million milliliters, which equals to 1,000 liters. So what that means is that 1 meter cube is equal to 1,000 liters. Now you have 900,000 meters cubed. So how many liters is that? Well, okay, that is equal. So we have to go from meter cube to liters. We times it by 1,000, right? So to go from meter cube to liters, again we go times it by 1,000. Excuse me. So if you times it by 1,000, you're going to get 9,000. Put another 3 zeros, and you have liters. And there's your answer. Crazy, huh? Alright. Now it says how many square meters of cardboard does Jessica need? Let me just rub this out. Jessica need to make a rectangular prism with length of 60. So here's a rectangular prism. You got length of 60, width of 90, and a height of 40. So when it says how much cardboard she needs, that means because we're using the cardboard to build the outside of the shape, there's nothing being filled up inside. So what you're looking for is surface area. Okay, to find the surface area of rectangular prism, you find the area of the front. What's the area of the front one? You got 60 times 40. 6 times 4 is 24 with 2 zeros. Now the top, let's look at the top piece. The top is, what is this, 90 times 60, right? Yeah, so it'd be, or you can say 60 times 90. 6 times 9 is 54 with 2 zeros. And now the side, so let's say the right side. The right side is 40 times 90. So 40 times 90, 4 times 9 is 36 with 2 zeros. Now we're going to add these all of these surfaces up. You got the front, you got the top, and you got the right side. So you add them all up, you get 0, 0, you get 14, you get 8, there's 3, 8 plus 3 is 11, so 11,400 centimeters squared. But that's not the whole answer, because the reason is because we've only done half of the surface. What about, we haven't included the back, okay? We haven't included the left side, and we haven't included the bottom face, the bottom. So what we're going to do is take this number and times it by 2, because all of these add up to be the same as what we had just which is also 11,400. So 11,400 times 2, and you get the answer there. Question 5. How much gift wrap is needed to cover a box which measures... Okay, so gift wrap to measure a box which measures... Here's a rectangular prism box. You got 3 feet by 2 feet by 3 feet. Again, gift wrap. So now you know how to do surface area from the question 4. So use the same thing to do question 5. Find a surface area here. Find the area of the front face, find the area of the top face, find the area of the side face, add them all together, get a total, and then times it by 2 to get the rest of the back, the left and the bottom face. Okay, now question 6 says the volume of a cube cereal box is 216 centimeters. Find the surface area of this box with no lid. So when we have a volume, we're given the volume is 216, we can use this and figure out the side. So how long is each side? Well, what number multiplied itself 3 times? What number multiplied itself 3 times to give 216? And the answer is 6. 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Okay, so that means that each side here must be 6 centimeters. This must be 6 and this must be 6. Alright, now that we know that all the sides are 6, we can find a surface area. So why don't you can do that by yourself, surface area. Just find the area of one face multiplied by 6. Okay, moving on to the next page. Alright, we're going to do some multiple choice questions here. This says a dartboard has only 2 possible scoring areas. Which of the following scores could not be obtained by throwing one or more darts? Let's see, can we get a 6? Yes, you can do this could be a 3 plus 3. So imagine someone throws a dart, they get a 3, and they throw another dart, they get another 3. So that means they get a 6, the points, okay? Every time you throw darts, wherever it lands in whatever region, you just add the points there. So for example, if it lands anywhere inside this region, it's going to be counted as a 5 point. If it lands outside of that region, but within this region, it's counted as 3 points. So there you go. And if it lands outside of that, like somewhere here, you get 0 points. Okay. Can we get a 7? Can we get a 7? I don't think we can get a 7. Can we get a 9? Yes, we can get 3 plus 3 plus 3. Can we get a 10? Yes, you can get 5 plus 5. So the first one was 3. So the only one you can't get is a 7. And this one says could not be obtained. Okay, so that means the answer should be B. Now question 2. What is the smallest number of darts needed to score exactly 21? So to make 21, we need it says the smallest number of darts. That means that you must try and get the highest score. To get there quickly, we need biggest numbers. So we need 5s. Okay, so I need a 5 plus a 5 plus a 5 plus a 5. This will give me 20. But if I do it this way, I can never get to 21 because there's no 1 point. Then the next one I have to get is a 3, which means I can only get 23. So this one works. So let's remove 1 5. Okay, so we have 15. Then we can add a 3 and then a 3. So 15 plus a 6 will give me 21. So that means that you need five darts. Okay, the 5s will get me to 21 quickly, but you need the 2 3s to get me to exactly 21. So it says, so the answer should be a B. Okay. Next one. Mark went to the zoo. He stayed there for 7.5 hours and left at 4:20. What time did he arrive at the zoo? So you need to go back 7.5 hours and you can get the answer. You can do that yourself. Question 4. Something divided by 6 is equal to 48 divided by 12. Okay. So something divided by 6 is exactly the same as 48 divided by 12. What's 48 divided by 12? 48 divided by 12 is 4. So that means this side has to also equal to 4 as well. So something divided by 6 is 4. Something divided by 6 is equal to 4. Can you figure out what that number is? Have a think about that one. It's not too hard. Now next one says a jug weighs 550 grams. When the jug is 1/4 full of milk, the jug and the milk together weighs 750 grams. Okay, well let me think about this one. The jug weighs 550 grams. Okay, when the jug is 1/4 full of milk, the jug and the milk. Okay, if the jug is half full of milk, the jug and milk together. Okay, so the jug by itself. So the jug. Okay, the jug by itself is 550 grams. If you fill it up with 1/4 milk, 1/4. If you fill it 1/4, it's gonna be 750 grams. So that means that 750 take away 550. 1/4 of the weight would be how much? This would be 200 grams. So 1/4. This milk, 1/4 of milk will weigh 200 grams in this particular jug. So now it says if the jug is half full of milk, so that means if you want half full, so 1/4 is equal to 200 grams. 2/4, which is also same as a half, would be 400 grams, isn't it? Alright, so that means that you got 400 grams of milk plus the 550 gram of the jug just by itself. So you add those two together, 550 plus 400, and you should get 950, which is B. Alright, next one. It says Jim is designing a garden. He wants to put a diagonal path across the rectangular garden as shown. So here's his garden. He wants to build this diagonal path so he can walk. So imagine that's him. He's walking down this path, okay? This divides the garden into 2 triangular garden beds. Okay, so by doing so, he makes 2 triangular garden beds. There you go. These 2 airy triangles are to be used for garden purposes. Can plant whatever vegetables or whatever he wants. Now it says, what is the area of the smaller triangle? Excuse me. What is the area of the smaller triangular bed? So if you look at these 2 triangles, you can see that this is the smaller triangle right here. Okay. How do I know it's smaller? Well, it is how tall is this triangle? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5. And how long is this triangle? Well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10. Now compare that to the big triangle, you guys. So 5 by 10, and the other triangle 6 by 12. Obviously, this is a smaller one, isn't it? So now it says, what is the area of the smaller triangle? How do you find the area of this triangle? Well, we know this is a 90 degrees here. Area is equal to a half times base times perpendicular height. So these two lengths that we want must be perpendicular, they must meet at 90 degrees. So that means that this length here and this length here, since they meet at 90 degrees. Okay. Now, that means the area of this triangle is equal to a half times the base, which is 5, times the height, which is 10. 5 times 10 is 50, half of 50 is 25. So the area is 25 square meters. What is the area of the path? Okay, I might have to show you how to do this one. Okay, let me just get rid of this. Okay, so to find the area of this path, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area of... Okay, that didn't go too well. Let me try again. There we go. I'm going to find the area of this rectangle. And then I'm going to minus the area of this triangle here. Okay. And then I'm going to minus the area of the other triangle. And what I'll be left with is the path. So, let me just color that in. Color this in. Okay. So you find the area of the big rectangle. And then you minus the two areas and you get the middle area. The blue one. So we know that the area of the small triangle was 25 meters squared. Now what's the area of the bottom triangle? The bottom one. Well, the bottom one is made up of 6 times 12, and then we divide it by 2, half of it. 6 times 12 is 72. 72, half of that is 36. So this one will be 36 meter squared. Now what is the area of the entire rectangle? As in this whole piece here. Well, the entire rectangle is 6 times 12. That's 72. So the entire thing is actually 72 meters squared. Okay. Now, to find the blue section, we know that 25 meters squared plus 36 meters squared plus with the blue path, the area of the blue path, all of these add together will give me 72. Okay, so what is 25 plus 36? Let me see, this will be a 1, this will be a 61. So the two red triangles add up to 61 meters squared. Now, 61 meters squared plus with the blue path, the area of the blue path, will give me 72. So what we're going to do is find the difference. 72 take away 61. Let me see what we get. We get a 1. We get a 1. And the blue path must be 11 squared meters, which is, answer is D. Okay. Question 8. Which of the following number in the list? Let me see. Which one of the numbers in the list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever, should be removed so that the average of the remaining numbers is 8. Okay. So we want the average of the numbers to be 8, but one of them should be removed. At the moment, how many numbers we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If we remove one number, we only have 6 numbers, right? Whatever number we remove, there's going to be 6 numbers. When you get the average of 6 numbers, so 6 numbers add together, we don't know what they are. We know that one number's, we don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 numbers add together and divided by 6 to get the average, right? And they want the average to be an 8. Okay, no problem. So now we have to figure out we can use this logic to find us the total. What I mean by the total is this top number here. So 6 numbers add together is going to give you some sort of a total number. So let's think about this. Now this is a fraction, okay? So you got total divided by 6 will give me 8. So what does that mean? That means that you have a number called a total, and you're dividing it by 6, and you're getting 8. Now what number must be divided by 6 to give me an 8? Well, what's 6 times 8? 6 times 8 is 48. So the total must be 48, isn't it? Okay, so you can think of 48 divided by 6. Does that give me 8? Yes, it does. So the total must equal to 48. So what does it mean in this situation? It means that these 6 numbers, whatever they are, whoops, whatever these numbers are, they add up. All of these 6 numbers will add up to 48. They have to. So that the average will be an 8. Okay. So let's see which one of these numbers will add up to 48. Well, let's add them all up first. Add all these numbers up. We got 1 plus 3, that gives me 4. 4 plus with 5 gives me 9. 9 plus with 7. 9 plus 7 will be 16. And then 16 plus 9 will give me 25. 25 plus 11 will be 36. 36 plus 13 would give me 49. Okay, so what that means is this. All of these numbers will add up to a total of 49. Now we have to remove one number, and then the total will become 48. So which number do you think it is? Well, obviously it's going to be the number 1, isn't it? If we remove a 1, then the total is going to be 48 instead of 49. That's it. So when the question asking us which one of the numbers in the list should be removed so that the average of the remaining numbers is 48, then you can say the answer is going to be 1. And that's the answer there. Okay, next page. Now it says the area of the shaded rectangle is 3 square units. Okay, you can tell it's 3 square units because you got each one of these is a square and there's 3 of them. Okay, 3 square units. The area of the enclosed shape is what? So, if this is 3 square units, that means that each of these is 1. Okay, so 1 times 3 is just 3. Because it's a rectangle. Okay, 1 times 3 is 3. So that means that each of these distance is 1 unit square. 1 unit, that's all. Now it says the area enclosed in this shape is what? So let's figure it out. I can just cut this into maybe a bunch of triangles, I guess. There we go. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 squares. We got this will be 1 times 2. So this is a triangle, okay? The area of this triangle is 1 times 2. So you can say area is equal to 1 times 2 divided by 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. So the area of this triangle is also 1. Now the area of this triangle is going to be how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 1 divided by 2. We're dividing it by 2 because it's a triangle, that's why. And so that's 4 over 2, which is just 2. So the area of this triangle is 2. Now the area of this triangle is, looks to me like 1 times 1 divided by 2. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 divided by 2 is 2. So you got a half. So you got a half, 2, and this one is 1. Okay. So that means the total area is you got 3 here. You got 3 plus you got a 1 here. You got a 2 here. And you have a half here. So let's add them all up. So 3 plus 3, 6, 6.5. So the answer is A. Okay, Hock sets out the even Hock sets out the even whole numbers in the following pattern of rows and columns. The pattern continues down the page. Okay, the number 54 is in which column? So let's see what's going on here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. Okay, no problem. So the number 54, you can see that every time we have a 4 in the units, it's always going to be in the second column, yeah? Now, So 54, we got, this is the units, this is tens, this is 20s, this is 30. The next one must be 40. So this is 32. This is 42. 52 should be here. So this is 50. Alright, and then all the fours are in here, so 54 must be here. So it must be in this column and this row. So 54 should be in this second column, so column 2, and in row 6. So it should be, I think the answer should be B. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's B. Okay, so there you go. Oh, we got a few more questions. Okay. Next one says the graph below shows temperature and humidity. The condition in which people feel comfortable are inside the area labeled comfort zone. Okay. So we would feel comfortable at a humidity of 60% when the temperature is between what? So let's have a look. 60%, go up. So this is a humidity, right? Look at the graph. Humidity is here. And it says humidity of 60%. So I'm gonna use that and go from 60 up all the way up here. Okay, so as you can see, if you have a humidity of 60%, the only time people are comfortable is when the temperature is between, what is this, like between here and here. Now this is about 17 to about 24. So if the temperature is between 17 and 24, we are in the comfort zone. Okay, so you need the temperature to be, with a humidity of 60, the temperature must be between 27 and 17 and 24. So it says, when is the temperature between? We would feel comfortable at a humidity of 60 when the temperature is between what? Well, I just established that it's going to be between, so here we go, look at this one. Even though I said 17, maybe it's 18. It's just an estimation, so it could be 18 as well. So the answer has to be 18 and 24. That makes the most sense. Now let's look at the next one. Suppose conditions are like point P on the graph. We would feel comfortable if, let's put a point P. Well, this point P, if I draw a line down, it looks to me, let's see. The point P has an humidity of 70, maybe 75. The only time you can feel comfortable is point P. You can't feel comfortable, it's outside the comfort zone. Okay, point P is sitting outside of the comfort zone. You're not going to feel comfortable. And it says suppose conditions are like point P in the graph. We would feel comfortable if the temperature fell by 5%. Oh, okay. So how would we get comfortable? Well, let's have a think about it. If point P, if we drop the humidity for point P, will we comfortable or not? Look at this one. I'm going to put this in blue. If I take point P and I go down in humidity, right? I'm still not going to reach. I'm not going to hit the comfort zone, am I? Because the temperature is just way too high. Alright, now, but if I take the point P and I drop the temperature down about, let me see, point P is about 35 degrees. I need to hit at least this point here. And drop it until I hit that point. How far do I need to drop it? Well, let's have a look. Let me just run this out for a second. So this is about 22 or something. So we need to go from 35 to 22. How much did I drop by? Let's have a look. This will be a 3. We need to drop by 13 degrees. Okay. So you need to drop by 13 or 15 degrees. Temperature fell by 15 degrees. Here we go. The temperature fell by 5 degrees. Not enough. The humidity fell by 5 is 5. And humidity doesn't matter. No matter how much you drop the humidity, it will never hit the comfort zone, because comfort zone is all the way down here. All the way down here. See, you can drop the humidity all you like. The temperature is just too high for anybody to be comfortable. So this is just understanding graphs. Next one, consider conditions at point Q and and at point R on the graph. At which of these points could we feel comfortable by changing either temperature or humidity, but not both? So let's have a look. Point Q and point R. Let me just run this out. Okay, so point Q and point, oh whoops, wrong one, and point R. Now it says, consider at which of these points could we feel comfortable by changing either the temperature or humidity, but not both. So which of these can you change either the temperature or humidity? Well, let's look at point R. If you change the temperature or humidity, you're still not gonna get comfortable, because if you change the temperature at point R, right, the humidity is way too low. Doesn't matter how hot or cold it is, that there's just too little humidity. It's too dry. So because it's too dry, people are not going to get comfortable regardless of what temperature you change it to. And also the temperature is actually at about 11 degrees. Okay, so in this case, even if you change the humidity, regardless of how much you change the humidity, you're still not going to be able to get comfortable. So at this point R, no matter if you change the temperature only, you will not get comfortable. It won't work. If you change humidity, I should put here temperature, humidity only, it still won't be good enough. You can't change both. You can't change temperature and humidity to get the comfort zone. That's what it's saying. So therefore, at point R, you cannot get comfortable by changing only one thing. But what about point Q? Well, point Q I can. I can change. Let me see. I can change either the temperature, and just lowering the temperature down by a little bit, I can already reach a comfort zone. Or I can just change the humidity by a little bit and drop the humidity down by a little bit, and I'll be in a comfort zone. Okay, it's not too bad. So that means only point Q. Point R, no. Both of that, neither of that, no. So there's your answer. And that's the last one. Hope that helps.